Well, no club's list has undergone a bigger transformation than North Melbourne's over the summer, with more than 1,500 games of experience going out. Joined now by their coach, Brad Scott. And Brad, it must feel, and you've got a new chairman as well, it's a bit like 2010 for you.
Yeah, it is. The similarities are obviously there with a young list and some guys making their debuts pretty early in the season. So while there are similarities in terms of the list build, there are stark differences in terms of where the club is now compared to where we were back in 2010. So we've got ourselves in really good shape off field. Then we were still probably in the mode of fighting for survival as a footy club. We don't talk about that anymore. And the list is, while it's young, there are a lot of guys who've been working behind the scenes for a long time. So the guys that will come in are ready for their opportunity.
Is it a refresh? Is it a rebuild? Is it a reset? How would you describe it?
I probably wouldn't describe it. I think that everyone will have their view on what it is, but what we're trying to do is bring our young guys through and give them opportunity. There's a lot of exciting talent on our list that hasn't seen a lot of footy to this point, so we're looking to get them in, and 4 debutants this weekend and 2 guys from other clubs, so 6 fresh faces in the team this Sunday is going to be really exciting for our supporters.
I guess common logic says with that list profile you have to take a step backwards before you go forward. What do you make of that?
Well, I think what it does is it potentially makes you a little bit more vulnerable to sustaining your effort throughout games and throughout the season. But we think we'll be able to bring players in when they're ready to go and probably drop players out when they're starting to fray at the edges a little bit. So all we want to see is a massive competitive effort, and we'll certainly be looking to bring an effort-based game plan to the table in 2017, and that might leave us vulnerable in terms of sustaining that, but we're going to persist with it, and I never underestimate the exuberance of youth, so we're excited about it.
So with this latest, I guess, build of the list, have you got a rough time frame on how long this will take?
Oh, look, we're optimistic that in the way the competition's structured at the moment, that you can bounce pretty quickly. So while people might be saying we're going to slide back, I mean, we're just going to have an almighty crack at 2017. So the question mark, is there, and that's fair enough. But what we are sure of is that the platform that we're going to build this on is going to be really solid. We're going to have our list in a really good position. We're going to have the scope to look at all avenues to bring players in through free agency, trading and drafting. So that platform is really solid, and we're excited about what the next few years holds.
And your plan would be to see that through and get the fruition of all that hard work that's going in now?
Oh, well, I think that the really important thing from my perspective is that it's about the footy club, and I've maintained from day one that I'll always do what's in the best interest of North Melbourne. And while the club still thinks I'm the best person to take the club forward, then that's what we'll do. But there will come a time where I'm not the best person to take the club forward. So we'll just set the club up in the best fashion we possibly can, and then we'll keep assessing things as we go on.
I guess from the outside, I don't think anyone would have envisioned Todd Goldstein and Braden Preuss in the same side round one this year. What gives you the belief that those two can work together in the same side, two genuine ruckmen?
Braden's basically just picked himself through his form. We think that he's been really dominant in the ruck, and we've probably known that for a little while, but he's shown some really good forward craft too. So he's earned his spot, and he deserves to get out there on Sunday. No
Majak Daw this week. Is he in a bit of an awkward spot where he's probably best positioned, seems to be from the outside as a ruckman, but he's not going to get much opportunity in that spot?
No, look, we'd love to play more in the ruck, and ideally we would share that duty with Goldie and Braden at various stages, but he's had 1 pre-season out of 8. He's just had another interrupted pre-season where he's almost ready to play, and he was in selection contention, but in the end he missed out purely because of his lack of continuity through the pre-season.
Strange feeling on Sunday looking out on the ground and Drew Petrie's got the West Coast gear on.
Yeah, I'm really pleased for Drew that he's got a game for him personally. I mean, we really hope he plays 21 really good home and away games after this one. But we wish him all the best. He's a North Melbourne icon really, and good friend of mine. And I hope North Melbourne people pay him the respect that we know he deserves. And as long as we get a win and he can play as well as he wants, as long as we get the points.
Well, Brad, thanks for your time. Good luck against the Eagles, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jules.